Hello, friends. It's your old pal SVH here, coming at you with a daily nugget, long overdue. So, I just wanted to come on and do a quick live daily nugget today. I really apologize that it's been just really extremely difficult for me to sit down in front of the computer the last couple days and get a daily nugget out to everybody. I've just been super overloaded with work stuff and some new work opportunities, which are amazing. And so, I'm not complaining by any means. I feel really blessed right now. And I could probably do a whole show about manifestation right now because, man, I've been manifesting stuff like it's just out of control lately. It's been nuts. And I'm not even sure. Uh, I don't even I just don't even know how to process it all right now. Just so many synergies in my life and so many things that are coming together in different ways that I'm just really marveled and blown away. So thank you, God. I appreciate all that you're doing for me, Big Papa. I appreciate it, or Big Mama, however you see it, the Divine Mother, or the Father figure, however we see it. I'm just thankful to God for the gifts that have been given and just for all the opportunity that's coming my way. So hopefully the next week or so I can get into a little bit more of that. Hopefully I'll have some more time here to really get my lighting going and all the things to really start bringing you a really good quality daily nugget again. It's just been super swamped, but I didn't want another day to go by without sharing a little nugget of wisdom with my friends and family here. And again, I just really appreciate everybody. And let me just say this before I dive into this daily nugget. With all these synergies and all these things that have been coming into fruition in my life, all this manifestation the last week or so, it's just so important to stay focused on what you really want in life and really put your attention into it. And really just, believe in yourself. If it's something you really feel in your heart that is right for you and you feel drawn to it or led to it, then pursue it and put your heart and soul into it and keep your mind focused on it. Don't chase it, but just see it, visualize it, just, really, yeah, just get into the vibe of what it would feel like. Man, if I could have the perfect gig or the perfect job or the perfect experience at work, or if I could do this for my company, just have that thought and stick with it. And you'll be amazed at how that'll turn around, because that positive energy is just going to go out and it's going to reverberate and echo back to you in a major way. And it might not happen in the right time that you think it will. These things that are happening in my life right now, I would give it about 2.5 years ago. I started putting some wheels into motion, and life went in different directions. And I was just like, okay, cool. I'll just go in that direction. I like that direction. That sounds cool. I can go it that way. But the concept and the idea had so much energy, and it had already had so much weight put into it to get to that point, that those opportunities that I was trying to create for myself back then are now opportunities that are just coming, and they're just being handed to me. And the opportunity is even better than it was before, because now I have the ability to do things I couldn't do back then. I have the ability to negotiate and to kind of work things into my favor the way that I need to. So, I mean, it's just an amazing time, and, I just want to say, to anybody out there who's just like really got an idea or a passion or a thought of where you want to be, man, just be positive and stick with it. And, don't let it beat you up when it doesn't happen. Just ride the course of time. If it's meant to be, the good Lord is going to put it in your hands when it's meant to happen. So that's part of a daily nugget for you right there. But I do actually have a daily nugget. So today's daily nugget comes to us from The Bowl of Sake by Hazrat Inayat Khan. Again, the bowl of sake are just little sayings that Murshid gave when Murshid means teacher for those. It's Persian, I believe, for teacher. And Murshid is just, the name that a Sufi teacher is usually given a sheikh or a sheikha or a murshid or a murshida. And so in this case, Murshid was our teacher that brought this message from the east to the west. And we usually refer to Hazrat Inayat Khan as Murshid, or Piro Murshid Hazrat Inayat Khan. So Murshid wrote these little phrases and sayings, and they were, dated for each day of the year. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in these. There's a lot of really cool little nuggets in each one of these. And I actually did a series for about 2 years. I read these every day in sequence and did much like I do with the Daily Nugget. It really inspired the Daily Nugget, was doing the bowl of sake. And, over the course of a couple of years, it's the same one. So people were sticking with it. And I felt like after 2 years, it was maybe time to move on to some other areas and some other threads. But I always refer back to the bowl of sake a lot because it's just a lot of really good sayings. And some days it's just like, man, there couldn't be a more perfect saying for today, and it's already dated for today. So today's is this: there is one teacher, God Himself. We are all His pupils. There is one teacher, God Himself. We are all His pupils. The first thing that comes to mind before I give any commentary on this is, these teachings were written 100 years ago, over 100 years ago. And the vernacular then was always male formality. Everything was put into a male context. And when it comes to God, I mean, God is beyond form. It's beyond name. It's beyond, it's a concept that you can't put into a concept. It's something that you can't, it's beyond name and form, because it's all things and it's everything. So to say Him and refer to God as Him is really limiting in itself. To refer to God as her is limiting in itself. To refer to God as it is probably blasphemous. I don't know. But, this being said, there's one teacher, God, Him. I would say Him or herself, because it's an energy, it's a life force, and the life force includes both the male and the feminine energy. And there's the Divine Mother and the Heavenly Father. I believe that's one and the same. It's a unified force that created us and brought us into existence, gave us a soul, and ignites us, through our path in life. So I just want to make that distinction because, we live in a day and age now where there's a lot of confusion about gender things and how things are supposed to be represented, how things are supposed to be said or spoken. I'm not trying to be politically correct by saying this. I'm just trying to have a certain adab. And adab is a word meaning respect. That we use. I want to have a respectful attitude towards everyone watching this video and towards everyone that has a different viewpoint of life, from all angles, because I'm not trying to, in any way take away from your own perspective. I'm just sharing a little bit of knowledge that has come my way that has really opened my eyes to some things and really helped me to expand my own soul and my own spirit and to be more connected with the divine source. So with that said, there's one teacher, God, Him or herself. We are all His or her pupils. So when you think, what is God? God is everything. God is everywhere. God is in all things, around all things, lives and moves through all things. So how many opportunities a day do we have to be taught something by God directly? Every moment. Every breath that you breathe is a new moment to experience life. And what you can experience in that moment is endless possibility. Limitless possibility. And we limit ourselves to what we see in front of our eyes or what we think in our minds in the moment that we're, locked in stress, or we're driving down the freeway, in LA on the 101 or 405 with, just gridlock traffic, which we're starting to see again, interestingly, out here in LA. But, your mind can be so far removed from all the opportunities to experience God in each moment. You look out the window and a bird flies by you. That's an experience of God. You look up and you see the clouds and the way that they're formed and the way that they roll, and you just have a thought for a minute. That's an experience of God. You take a breath and you feel that life force moving in and out of your body. That's an experience of God. And, we take so many of these things for granted because we're just busy and our lives are so encompassed in so many stresses and so many different things, and we live in a chaotic world and a chaotic time, so it's hard sometimes to really take a look at all the opportunities, and we pass over endless opportunities to really experience the true teacher that is God. So I just encourage you with this to, again, just take a few moments today or tomorrow and, look around your environment. Take a few moments to just listen to nature, listen to the sound in the room, and just experience a moment of being taught something by God, and it doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be some world lesson, life lesson, some, transitory experience. It just has to be something where you take a moment to recognize that, this happened because this creative force allowed this, creation to come into my perception to where I can perceive it. And I'm perceiving this as a gift from God. I'm experiencing this as a moment to experience the true teachings of God. And, when you really look to see what you can learn from life, you'll start to see there's so much that we can learn just by opening our perception and really seeing that God is everywhere, always teaching us. And, you see it in signs, you see it in symbols, you see it in numbers, we see it in, a lot of people on here read tarot cards. A lot of people are into horoscopes and things of that nature. These all are doorways and portals that people know open you to an experience of God, but it's the little easy stuff that we always forget. So just wanted to take a few minutes to express that. I really appreciate everybody being patient, and I'm glad to be back on today. We'll try to get back in line the next couple of days and keep these rolling, and hope to have some full shows and some new experiences on the channel for you guys over the next couple of weeks. There's some really exciting things going on in my life right now, and I'm just really, again, just grateful to God for this experience and being taught by God every moment of my life. So I encourage you to take a moment and find out what God can teach you today. So once again, there is one teacher, God, him or herself. We are all her pupils. Thank you, my friends. I want to encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. Hop on over to youtube.com/thesvh. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well, and I will see you again soon. Blessings.